Hello and welcome back to Heart of the Whole. It is me, Dan Morgan, and I'm again here to run you down the 5 things Aston Villa must do to beat Crystal Palace on Sunday. It's a quick turnaround for this game. I'd like to apologise for not being able to get this out to you guys earlier. Life does happen and sometimes get in the way, so there will be a quick turnaround on this video. I'm recording this on the Friday evening, so hopefully you guys will view this on the Saturday. However, that does give me the opportunity to, first of all, give a massive shout out to Aston Villa under-18s for making it to the FA Youth Cup final, which is actually being hosted at Villa Park. Shout out to all the boys tonight. They were magnificent. Louis Barry scored a screamer. Brad Young goes under the radar, scores plenty of goals. Great to see Carney Chukwuemeka get in the action as well. And a player who often goes under the radar, Adrian Rahiki, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. He's a fantastic, industrious, ball-winning midfielder, really dictates the play and how this young Villa side actually set up and operate. So I'd just like to give the young lads a shout out on the podcast. Hopefully they can go all the way. And a shout out to everyone as well who got their ticket in the ballot. I wasn't fortunate enough. However, you guys have been aware, I've kind of been to a fair few games in the press box, and I'm sure I'll be there again. So I can't be too disappointed. I'm glad that you guys will all be there. Now, with that all being said, let's get into my 5 things that Aston Villa must do to beat Crystal Palace on Sunday. Let's go. Now, first of all, 2 of Palace's front men, actually, the 2 danger men in Wilfried Zaha and Christian Benteke, a player who is very close to our hearts here at Aston Villa, are the ones to look out for. And it seems fairly obvious, with Wilfried Zaha, he's reached double figures again in goals this season, scoring 10 he's actually outperforming his XG again. I know, Dan, stop talking about XG. I can't help it. But his XG so far this season has been 6.9, which is actually remarkable. He's outperformed it again. I guess that kind of demonstrates what kind of a side Crystal Palace are, how much they do rely on him, and rightly so, because he's a fantastic player. However, another player who is actually approaching that sort of double digit marks for the goals is Big Chris, and he scored 8 goals so far this season with an XG of 7.22, again overperforming his XG, which is something, if you're a Palace fan, you're going to be really happy about. He's actually the highest average rated player according to who scored in the whole of Crystal Palace's squad, which is remarkable. It's really good to see. I know, sort of sentimentality with some players. Sometimes, you just kind of have to let it go. But I mean, Christian Benteke, it's great to see him thriving. The last time he actually reached double figures was his first season for Palace in 2016, scoring 15 goals. So these 2 are definitely going to be ones to watch out for. Villa's defence has kind of been a bit more resolute recently, but with these 2 guys on the pitch, you never know what could happen. Number 2, now Palace are a side that actually like to soak up the pressure, sit behind the ball and break with pace. They take them opportunities to kind of steal possession with that midfield 2 of Milivojevic and McCarthy more often than not. So Villa's midfield, which has seen some improvements in recent weeks. I think the performance against Everton was good, but they will have a lot of work cut out for them. The likes of John McGinn, the likes of Douglas Luiz, they have, there's levels to this game. And when you're playing away against Crystal Palace, even though it is at Selhurst Park, Villa are going to have a lot of the ball, and it's just something to be wary of. It was a big war of attrition in the midfield against Everton, and Villa will probably not want to give away the ball as sloppy as they did sometimes against Everton. So hopefully, that's something to look forward to. Douglas Luiz, Ross Barkley, which will be his final game for Villa, and John McGinn, something to look out for. Please, lads, don't give the ball away. Number 3, now again, Crystal Palace do have a tendency to struggle with dealing with set plays from teams. And you'd actually think that they wouldn't have to worry too much against Villa, because we haven't got the best scoring record with set pieces either. Now, Palace have conceded 12 so far this season. However, Villa, we've only scored 10, which is actually surprisingly high upon doing my research. It really feels like Villa haven't scored from that many set plays. So hopefully that's something that Villa can work on. We've got, huge players in Konsa and Mings, the likes of Big Wes coming off the bench. Villa have to do better from these scenarios, especially against Everton. We had 9 corners specifically, and obviously we know that game ended in a stalemate. Villa have to take advantage of these set play situations, especially, with no disrespect at all intended, against the sides who are lower down in the division. Number 4, and I guess number 5, we'll roll them all into one. Ollie Watkins and Jack Grealish. They will both be available for this game. Jack got 20 minutes on the pitch against Everton, and obviously Ollie sat this game out after his suspension for the controversial second yellow card against Manchester United. And as much as this channel is the Keenan Filler podcast, Keenan and Ollie are 2 very different players. Keenan likes the ball to feet. Ollie's going to run in behind. He's going to pressure defenders more. He's going to, we saw that with the Mason Holgate goal. He's a very proactive centre forward. And I think Keenan is more of a reactive centre forward. Now, you guys know I love Keenan, but Ollie Watkins has to come back in the side. And of course, so does our captain, Jack Grealish. It would be great to see him. Of course, it's probably only going to be for about 20, 25 minutes, but minutes are important, especially with the Euros coming up now in just under a month. And there we go. That are my 5 things that Aston Villa must do to beat Crystal Palace. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. Give us score predictions. That would be absolutely amazing. And again, I'd just like to thank everybody in advance who has watched this video. You guys truly mean the most. We've nearly hit 4.1 thousand subscribers, sorry. So again, if we hit that, thank you very much. Your support doesn't go unnoticed. We're near the end of the season now, and it'd be great to end on a high with a couple more victories for the Villa. So as I say, like, comment, subscribe, and up the Villa.